Lightning. That is actually what lit up social media. Houston, Texas, dealing with a lot in through the beginning of May. A very active pattern, even seeing a ton of hail stateside, actually in areas of Texas. Some areas saying they reported baseball-sized hail. I was hearing cars actually had to go to gas stations, park underneath the roof there just to salvage some dents. Well, that's not what we're dealing with here. Hey, Amanda Weldon along with you. We are ending our weekend, starting out our work week. This is one of my favorite shows to be with you because I can be really a part of your Monday. Low pressure starts our story out in the east, and it's all the rain. Mom's going to have to remind you to bring the umbrella to work tomorrow. You maybe not needing, Mom. You just have to look out the window in the morning because we're going to see that swath of rain continue for your Monday morning commute, your evening commute. By the time we reach those evening hours, it's making its way for eastern Ontario, moving through Quebec through Tuesday as well, and a Tuesday-Wednesday story for the Maritimes. But what's the broader picture? So the small picture is that we're getting rain, and the amount is around 15-25 millimeters around the Golden Horseshoe. 15 millimeters in the east, but the big picture is the fact that we've got a lot of flooding currently in place, right? And the bigger picture as well, as we extend through this next period of time, is the fact that our temperatures are so cool, well below the seasonal mark, and consistently being chilly with that easterly wind. As we move through Quebec as well on Tuesday, we are seeing that wide swath of rain coming on in. And when it comes to forecasting, we look at different types of radar, but our meteorologist Tyler Hamilton will break down what it really means to look at these models. From upstairs to downstairs, it's like we were calling each other like geese as soon as the pollen started flying. Both of us seasonal allergies. If that's you, I feel for you. Now, another reason why to look at the sky in areas like just to the east of Fraser Lake. We actually have a fire currently in place. So 5 kilometers east of Fraser Lake. Look to the sky. It's not the pollen, it's the smoke that's filling the sky. Evacuation orders are in effect. And it's kind of the signature of the beginning of fire season. We have seen fires so far this season far north, but this one, British Columbia, the signature of a dry spring. We had high pressure in place so long it seemed as though it was going to stay forever. Clear skies, and this is kind of what we got out of the whole mix. April showers bring May flowers, not so much for areas of Kamloops and Kelowna, where between all of April and mid-May, you've only got that 14 millimeter mark. Good news, there are troughs on the way. We are seeing a pattern change, that high pressure, that ridge shifting out to the east. Low pressure swinging on by, bringing us some potential for showers. And the period of rainfall, it's going to be midweek. Throughout the coast, we will obviously get hit first, and then in through Thursday, Friday, we'll start to fill into the interior. For the prairies, a cold front dives on down. This actually brings us the potential for some thunderstorms. I'll show you the map in just one second, but I will note this low pressure that's tracking towards the north, that's going to be where the gustiest conditions are, and as well some of the snow. This is what the thunderstorm forecast looks like through the afternoon hours on Sunday. It's going to be very, very similar, and the gusty winds are going to be, again, focused more towards the north. Not too much happening, but in the east, it's a totally different story. Rain showers were the story. Just 5 kilometers east of Fraser Lake and outside of Prince George, we are seeing a fire in British Columbia. The season has already started. 260 hectares have been consumed. Evacuation orders in place. It has been a very, very dry spring out in British Columbia, not giving us a good setup for what's to come this summer. We'll dive deeper into that topic with Tyler Hamilton on theweathernetwork.com. Definitely had to coordinate this outfit tonight. The red for the Raptors. Congratulations heading to the Eastern Conference Final. Second time in franchise history. You did it on a buzzer beater. But now we're going to talk about weather. I just really had to get that out there. Monday morning, 5 degrees. Still seeing showers in that icon. Feels like 0. The easterly flow really going to work when it comes to cooling us down. Then we go northeasterly. It's going to feel like 3 throughout Monday afternoon. So we are actually continuing to see temperatures well below the seasonal mark. Low pressure tracking across Ontario. We still have areas in through Ottawa, residents in Ottawa not able to go to their homes, areas in Pembroke seeing mass flooding. So with that, rain still on the way, adding a bit of insult to injury. We are expecting mid-May into even June, those levels to rise higher than they are currently. Around the Golden Horseshoe here, 15 to 25 millimeters of rain for Toronto. Our eyes will be on the island when it comes to that one, especially the shorelines with that easterly flow, northeasterly flow. Winds picking up there. And then flooding that could cause some degradation for some of those shorelines. So that's what we will be looking at. It'll be a bit gusty and cool and rainy. So it's just going to be kind of a slow start to Monday. Grab a warm cup of coffee for the morning if you can. We're seeing a clashing of air masses here towards the north. So much warmer than towards the south. Look at this. Sudbury 13 degrees, Toronto 7. Ooh, yeah, a bit different. But I will note, if you are heading out to see the cherry blossoms, you may want to take a couple tips from Michelle Mackey. Watch this. Day, and this is a note as well to all the mums, everyone celebrating in memory of mom, to the dads who are also mums, to everyone out there, the grandparents that act as mums, and to those taking care of themselves as well. We wish you a very good day and end to the weekend, and every day too, because now we're kind of talking about Monday, back into the work week. We've got rain still in the mix. Southern Ontario seeing that swath spread across you. It already started. The gray skies started plummeting in late on Saturday. And they're going to continue too for the next few days. This is going to be quite a couple of rounds of rain for much of us, but this usually is a good time around the spring, right? We're seeing a lot of things start to grow, but right now the lakes are actually running quite high and rivers as well. Around Toronto and the Golden Horseshoe, we've got that 15 to 25 millimeters for the eastern part of the province, 5 to 15 millimeters for you, and quite the dichotomy when it comes to temperatures actually, with high pressure in the north, this low really sucking in cool conditions, that clashing of air masses. We've got warmer conditions up towards Hudson Bay than towards the south as well. Taking you out to Quebec, another concern where flooding has continued to rise up and down that St. Lawrence River Valley. High pressure gets pushed out, cloud cover pushed in. Monday, you will start to note that right around dinner time, Gatineau, Montreal, you could have those showers started for you. More of a Tuesday story as that rain is expected to continue to rise those rivers. And that, again, is more of that Tuesday story, also making its way out into New Brunswick, kind of starting in Nova Scotia first. High pressure currently in place in a boundary for Newfoundland. We had a pretty good Sunday. We had a pretty good opportunity in the Maritimes to at least get outside and enjoy the rest of our weekend. But looming in the wings, waiting on our doorstep, we will see the rain again. More of that Tuesday through Wednesday story, that midweek system, again, starting in areas like Nova Scotia, Yarmouth with this one. And when it gets to Newfoundland, well, you may even have some mixing. Just seems as though this time of year, as we're trending well below seasonal out in the east, we have mixing in Newfoundland. As for the prairies, that's where the activity lies. More of a summer-like pattern. Thunderstorm risk, non-severe in nature. Alberta, southern parts of Saskatchewan. We even got some pops in through later on Sunday. That's going to continue to be the story even into Monday. So very similar graphic at that. And then that cold front continues to dive on down, bringing us that lift, but ushering in some cooler conditions as well. And as that low tracks across the north, you'll note this is also where we are seeing the gustiest conditions as that moves on by. The main story in British Columbia is the dry conditions and as well a fire that has sparked up 5 kilometers east of Fraser Lake. Our developing stories, much like this, continue. Hey, your Weather Watch continues. We are getting you ready for Monday, and we are also viewing some of the videos that we got from you this week. Might as well start off with a good old Canadian scene out in Quebec. But wait, oh yeah, it's the deer just passing on by. Pepper sure was out on the pebbled beach. Well, we will bring it all back because we are going to be talking about our weather story. Thank you so much for sending in those videos. It's always so much fun to recap what's going on. So now it's time to recap our weather. If you look out to the east, low pressure tracking across the country.